This is another release time for Brobench. So welcome to Brobench Release Recap version 4.8, codenamed Indus. So we've been keeping the theme of naming our releases after various space related objects. So for example, starting from Andromeda, Corona, and all that. And this particular version is named after Indus. It's a constellation in the southern sky that includes quite a few big objects, and it is named after Indian subcontinent major river Indus. Okay. So with that said, we have a lot of exciting features in this release. Let's go and take a look. First up, we have a quick loader. Okay, so Brobench has always had capability to bulk edit a lot of data within the app using query edit, or as you explore an object, you can edit right here without you having to query and all that. But all of that is about editing data which is available in SFDC. What if you want to import the data? Then we didn't have that capability, so we're introducing that capability as part of quick loader. So quick as in less configuration or easy configuration. Okay, so you can go to the quick loader, select the input file, select object, and then let's go and select some file, select the object and make some changes, do the field mapping, set all of the properties, and then go run update. Okay, so we support all the different operations, including the delete hard. So if you're cleaning up a lot of records, you might want to make use of that. So there's a lot of other capabilities. So we have a full-fledged video guide available for the quick loader. So go take a look. Next step, edit custom metadata. So, all the while, you could actually query custom metadata in Brobench and then view the data. But in this version, we are adding capability to save as well. For example, in the same manner that you would do any other object. For example, I query custom metadata, I can click on edit, and then I can go and make changes to the data, and then I can go quick save. Okay, so data will be saved. So next time I refresh, data is there. Okay, so this is going to be easy way for it to manage your metadata or visualize for administration, a lot of other purpose. So you really don't have to resort to any other tool, which is right there. So talking about custom metadata, quick loader also supports custom metadata. So you can select custom metadata as a target object, and then you select what operation that you want to do, typically upsert or sometimes the delete, and then go ahead. Okay, so next step, query grid save options. So say for, when you make some changes, save the data, we didn't have customizability how we want to control that particular save operations. But in this version, we have customized that. So we have provided this expansive dialog that clearly shows what object they are updating as which user, which is important sometimes in a login as multiple users. And then it shows what updates are being done, and then provides an option to control the save options. So here we show the right batch size that controls how many records are saved in one API call, or one transaction rather, and the delay if there are multiple batches, the delay between the batches, threads if you want to write the data in multiple threads at the same time to speed up the operation, or assignment rule if you're updating account cases or leads. You can change if you want to use an assignment rule or none, and other options. So we have this option, use these as a default. So if you make any changes to the options and then save, so that options are kept only within that confines of this particular tab. So next time you click on save, it does remember those. However, across different transactions, let's say you query come back tomorrow, you make some changes you want to save, it'll be reverted to the default. So, but if you're selecting these, use options as a default, whatever the changes that you have made, it will keep them as a default, and the next time when you come back, it will remember them. Okay, so use that with the judiciously. Okay, so now the data is saved with the update that we made. Next step, we have a backup. As you can see, with each release that we are releasing, quite a bit of features. If you go back and check, all the enhancements and the features that we've been adding, all of those has some configuration. For example, if you talk about query, we have a history here, we have a favorite scripts that you have here, or if you have a quick loader, you can create a config and all that. All that is stored as a local storage. Remember, the Brobench is a local application. It has no cloud component except for the licensing. and some specific data sync that's going to come later, but all the data is stored locally for a security purpose. But it means that you're going to lose that if you lose access to the data, or if if a browser profile get corrupted, or if you uninstall an extension, whatever the case may be. So we always had a capability to export all the data via the export tab. However, that is a manual approach, right? You have to go copy that and save somewhere and all that. It can be painful. So we are introducing the explicit backup feature, so where you specify a workspace directory, and that gives access to one particular folder in your workspace, in your desktop, to Brobench, which it can read and write into that, and then it uses that workspace directory to automatically back up the data. For example, in this case, if you select this Brobench as a workspace directory, and the data/backup that is where the backup will be stored. So you can click on take a backup now, and then it will export all the data and then put a backup. As you can see, it's created a backup as a zip file. Then you can also enable auto backup. So auto backup is available for essential and above editions. And then if you enable the auto backup, you can specify what interval that you want. So typically you would want to keep it daily, but you can also reduce to 4 hours or 8 hours or 4 hours. So, and then during the time, it will take automatic backups and keep your file there. Okay, go check out other details in the help. So the next step, Popup app position and the size. So Brobench has this Popup launcher. We call it app launcher or a Popup launcher, which we try to keep it, on the side, hoping that it is not going to interfere with any of the elements, UI elements that you interact in Salesforce. However, your situation may vary if you have a custom screen, whatever. So we are providing capability to adjust that particular location. For example, so when you hover over here, you see that small dotted icon. You can hold on that, and then you can adjust where that icon shows up like this. And that particular position is remembered. And the next time when you refresh, that the icon will show up on that location. So you can click on here and see that the location is there. And you can also move, when the pop-up is open, so you can see how the pop-up looks as well. Okay. At the same time, you can also customize. So this side, the pop-up width and height as well. So if you go to the Brobench settings, and then we have remember whatever the position that you adjusted, it's here. So you can also reset here. It'll go back to the default, or you can change your pop-up width and the height here as well. For example, let's say if you're going to make it 1000 pixels and save it, and then if you refresh it, the next time you load the app, and then it has a wide screen because that's what you requested. Okay, so the next step, we have a quick launcher block theme. So remember, we have a quick searcher that you can use to search various things. For example, let's say I want to search for Apex classes. You can easily search and navigate to that. It will open the setup page. There is no better way and quicker way to navigate to your setup related activities or pages. So far that particular theme didn't support a dark theme. Let's say if you go to the Brobench and enable dark themes, so go to the themes and select the dark. So when you refresh the page, the quick search dialog was not enabled for dark theme. It was a light theme. So in this version, we enhanced to honor that particular theme request. So when you go to the dark theme, it'll have dark package there. Okay, dark theme interface. Okay, so next step, object fields grid track field feed field. So if you go to object, let's say go here, and then go to the fields. So we had added a new field called track feed. Okay, track. So we have this track history that shows if the particular field is history tracked. We are including this track feed field that indicates if this particular field is feed tracked or not. So keep in mind, feed tracking is a 2 level of settings. You have to enable at a field level as well as you have to enable at an object level. So if you are not getting the feed for a particular field, even it is enabled, go check out if the feed is enabled for your object level. Okay, so next step, in the fields create filtering updates. So we have made some changes to the filtering to make it a little bit more easy. So we had a filter here. It was not that very obvious, and it was also remembering across. So we have enhanced that a little bit. So here we have this category, which you can use to show a particular category of the fields, for example, standard, custom, package, or the system fields. And as well as you can show the fields. So the fields here easily, we highlight what fields that you have so that you can easily go and filter them out. Okay. And remember, the same filter setting is done in the schema lister as well. So when you go to the schema lister and you list a particular object, okay, so then list schema. If you go to the fields, okay, so by the way, this dark theme is a little bit interfering. Anyway, so if you hear the same things are shown here. Okay. So next step, the record fields grid. So if you go to the record, the similar filtering update is done on the record fields grid. So here you can see, let's go and refresh it so that the dark theme will go away. Okay, I don't want the dark theme. I can change to the light. I refresh it. So here, okay, so here if you go to records, open a particular record, and here also we have made some changes similar to that. You can hide when you're showing a particular record the blanks, system fields, as well as read-only fields, so that you really can see the necessary information, and as well as you can filter by the fields. Okay, so remember this is across this one. So here you can enable all of that, and then it shows all the different date and time fields. So this combination of these two. Okay, so that would do for this particular release of Brobench. I hope you find one of these features something value add for your self-hosting. Thank you.